Ballyhoo and welcome. The Passion Project continues. My name is Remedy Robinson. I'm a linguist, author, and I come to you beyond belief. And this is an appreciation. This is an exploration of linguistics, language, and calling it like you see it, as framed by the peerless poetry of the modern day master, Elvis Costello. Today's slow drag is with Soul for Hire from When I Was Cruel, released in 2002. The songwriting is credited to Elvis Costello. The piece explores a topic that is clear and obvious to most of us, I'd argue, but does so in such a way that, as I continue to mention, posits less of an opinion and provides more of a hawk-eyed observation. As the societal commentaries go, Mr. Costello might not be the most direct, but he certainly is the most cutting, resulting in the deepest scar, and we wouldn't want it any other way. Hang my head and shut my eyes. What kind of justice is this? Fool I was, I thought that you fought fire with fire. Got to be more than just a soul for hire. The lilting, rhetorical question of what kind of justice is this stands out and is worth consideration, but there's little time. It is quickly overtaken by the truly confounding, got to be more than just a soul for hire. There are many different directions the mind can go to attempt to affix a more concrete identity to this freelancer. Surprisingly, however, we don't have to wait long for more information to trickle in. Speaking for myself, I wouldn't take the fame, the fees, the glory for whoring in the practice of the law. I make my case stop and stutter. Soul comes unglued from the uppers. Blood is seeping in the hole. A mother's eye is weeping. Notice that in the assertion that, speaking for myself, soul for hire is an unusual Elvis Costello construction in that it is presented in the first person without much deviation throughout. This person hangs his head. This person won't take the glory, but this person would make his case as difficult as possible. Soaking in these clues, it's rational to assume that the soul for hire is some sort of lawyer or someone else who panders to the law, which I suppose encompasses many people from dog catcher to Supreme Court judge. The blood that seeps and the mother's eyes that weep grounds this verse and will go on to ground a future verse as well. But as a concept, it seems just outside of our reach. Of less imponderable passages, what do you imagine soul comes unglued from the uppers means? As it's written, all instances of the word soul in this piece is spelled out S-O-U-L, meaning the spiritual or the immaterial part of a human being. Yet it's the homophone of soul and the illusion of ratty shoes, which, in turn, a la Watching the Detectives, puts me in mind of old gumshoe detectives like those found in gangster movies. Even when writing what sounds like a sternly worded letter, Mr. Costello throws red meat to us lions who are happy to tear this double meaning and his abstract phrases limb from limb. I see every humankind, and still the truth is distant. I hear every evil man do and desire. Got to be more than just a soul for hire. As mentioned, it's quite remarkable to find so many references to the first person in this piece. I see and I hear. There is little to no mitigation, no cloaking. The narrator sees and hears, then concludes there's got to be more than just a soul for hire. Personally, I define a soul as a spiritual part of ourselves that we have to put our blind trust into that it even exists. Of course, it is also used quite innocently to denote the existence of another person, presupposing that each of us possesses a soul, as in without a soul to talk to or a hair out of place, like found in Punch the Clock's Mouth Almighty. To be sure, there must be more definitions past a spirit, a person, or someone involved with the law, which the narrator references. As well, how many other types of souls or footwear are there? Moreover, do you think this even might fit the narrative at all? When it's time to give protection to the ones who need it most, who are desperate, I get distracted from my job. Streams of ink and piles of paper. What are the breaks? Jump out the window. Parole. Escape. Blood is seeping in the hole. A mother's eye is weeping. Keep in mind, this piece was written in 2002, yet it feels as if it's speaking to the world as it is right now. It seems Mr. Costello moves seamlessly from the prophetic into the permanent present and back again. Still reporting the action in the first person, this feels more like a rant we could go on right now and not seem out of place. All the red tape and unsavory options. I wonder what the job is that the narrator gets distracted from. Hang my head and shut my eyes. I can't see justice twisted. I hear every evil man do and desire. Got to be more than just a soul for hire. The structure of this piece is a marvel to behold, picking the bones of the verse to feed the chorus, changing the perfectly timed "what kind of justice is this" to an equally pleasing "I can't see justice twisted" is a mark of confidence only this level of genius obtains. It is simply exceptional. When it's time to give protection to the ones who need it most, who are desperate, I get distracted from my job. Streams of ink and piles of paper to hand them over to dopers and kiddie-rapers, corrupt in every twisted grudge. And that was just the judge. The streams of ink and piles of paper in this verse call back to the question the narrator has already asked. What are the breaks? Now, however, it's much more sinister in its pointedness than before. It's a corrupt system, no matter how you look at it. I stand by my assertion that these lines live in the permanent present. Hang my head and shut my eyes. What kind of justice is this? Dig it. Again, this has been a slow drag with Soul for Hire from 2002's When I Was Cruel. Of Elvis Costello's 33 or so studio albums, only two, My Aim Is True, and this album uses the first person in their titles. This is not to say there aren't more songs from the first person point of view. There are many, only so many of them feel like characters, as in Pardon Me Madam, My Name is Eve from the Darling Momofuku, or maybe even Miracle Man from My Aim is True. So when we come across a seemingly unvarnished situation such as this, it makes us realize how varied, complicated, mischievous, and far-reaching the genius pen of Elvis Costello truly goes. The absolute converse of many, many writers, it's rare to find an Elvis Costello piece that is not attributed to some sort of character. As always, there are observations where others might feel compelled to pass judgment. Like I said, pure genius. And that's it for today's slow drag, my friend. Thank you for listening. I encourage you to re-listen to episode 2 of Slow Drag with Remedy. And you only want it to be famous. It's a slow drag with Alibi. Also listen to episode 42, A Creature of Habit, a slow drag with the exceptional Tart. Both episodes are slow drags with more gems from When I Was Cruel. I'm working my way toward the otherworldly episode of Blonde. Maybe I'll save it for my birthday, or maybe as an early Christmas present. That song is 10 songs in one, and it is going to be a joy, so keep an eye out for that one. We're on Twitter at Slow Drag Remedy. Give us a follow, say hello. We follow back. We also have a companion blog for transcripts and references included in each episode. As always, thank you for helping get the word out about this little passion project. Your nice comments and recommendations have been so very much appreciated. Truly, it means the world. So, until next time, adieu, my little ballyhoo. Slow drag with Remedy.